So this presentation is going to be all about collaboration, and I like to say that collaboration has made my career very beneficial and fruitful for myself and as well as my students. The objective for today is that after this presentation I want you to have some specific strategies for collaborating with teachers in classrooms through digital media. I also want you to think of this through the student lens, which is that anything that you can do to collaborate is also anything that a student can do to collaborate. The readings and the explorations this week are all optional. So for the readings here, learning environments, personal learning, Twitter 101, that is optional. For exploring, the Twitter for Educators, Twitter for Beginners video is also optional. Now, collaboration. In-person collaboration gives us immediate feedback and a human presence. However, digital collaboration also gives us immediate feedback and a human presence. Digital collaboration can be as real as you want it to be. Social media collaboration can be more superficial, just like regular social media. So we have all the same pros and cons for digital collaboration as we have for in-person collaboration, and oftentimes we will hear ourselves or people say, oh, online you don't get that connection, but that connection is possible, and I hope that you can see that connection through some of the examples that I share right now. So the easiest way for students to collaborate is to have them peer tutoring, and this is an excellent way to help roll out technology. What you see in this image here is sixth graders teaching second graders how to log into a website for individual instruction, and it was a great day and little rollout the way we had it, because it was very simple. This is something that the sixth graders were already doing in their classroom. We literally just took them in, paired them up with second graders, and then just had the sixth graders show them how to log in and begin to work. The sixth graders were able to get reflective afterwards and talk about how they saw the students working, and everybody got something out of the whole situation. This is Schoolwide Collaboration, and I would say that this is a little bit, it requires a little bit more work and planning. Using a blog or a website to share school or grade level work is an excellent way to start school-wide collaboration. It only takes one person to run the website, but everyone can contribute. So if you have, say, a school website, you can have your English teacher providing the school newspaper. You could be posting sports, you could be posting links to band, you could have information about your science festival. So only one person has to post all of it, but it becomes a medium where everybody can share. School-wide collaboration, I would say this is also at about a medium level. This is a film festival where over 200 7th grade students participated. The event was made possible by 3 teachers working together to their strengths. Now, not every teacher was very advanced in the technology, but the way we did it was we actually put a couple of the classes together at a time, and then we went over the lessons for the students to learn how to use the video programs, and then teachers participated in different ways, and just such as setting up the little selfie wall, helping organize the assembly, making sure we have all the goodies, and then at the end we had a great event for the kids, but it was the collaboration that made it possible. Something like this wouldn't be possible with only one teacher doing it, and if only one teacher did it, it would make it too difficult, and it would probably burn you out that week just trying to put something together of this magnitude. And again, it's only the collaboration that makes these types of activities possible. This type of collaboration is a little bit more difficult, and the way that we set this one up was we had a blog where students from 2 separate classes and 2 different schools actually collaborated. So the blog here on the bottom left was a blog where kids would write fake news stories, and we had a girl who would actually, a girl on one end and a boy on the other end. So a 6th grade girl and a 5th grade boy. They would be posting the videos for their classroom, and then they started making their own little videos about their fake news stories. So let's see. This video here, you're going to actually see how the work took place.
87% of students have computer access. Technology in my classroom.
So this class here is out in Mission Viejo. This class up here is in Visalia, California, or in Goshen, California, and these kids are talking about how the Llorona, an ancient Mexican myth, folk tale, was taking place at their school, and then they would show the videos to the kids, and everybody got something out of it. A little bit more difficult, but definitely worth it. Definitely 21st century, and definitely engage the students and help them learn the content that they were supposed to be learning. Here in this video, what you can see is it's the same kids from the previous slide, or the same class from a different slide, but what they would do is they would actually read the fake news stories that they created with the other class to each other. So on Fridays, everybody would have their fake news story that they created, and then they would share that news story to other kids, and then they would actually read the news stories to each other. It was a really cool experience. Now this one's probably the harder, more advanced one, but I actually did this one at the high school level. And what we did here is this group of kids here that's showing up, they helped roll technology out to a class about 100 miles away again. And so let me show you a couple of the pictures. So let's see. So this is a fifth grade class, and this little guy down here is actually teaching them how to use animation software. Here is a ninth grade student, and he's actually working with these students on creating fractions with these cutouts here. And what it was essentially was students teaching students over 100 miles apart, and both of the kids, both sets of kids were getting a lot out of this experience, both those teaching and those receiving the instruction. Here the kids are teaching how to do 3D models, and these little guys down here are learning how to create the 3D models. And then here what you see is right here you see the kids at an event sharing the type of work that they did. So really great stuff. Kids making real and authentic connections, and it's and the technology isn't something that prevented them from making real and authentic connections. It was only the technology that was allowing them to make these connections across large spaces. So thank you for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, you can find me at Eddie's Class on Twitter, Gonzalez@gmail.com.